So, welcome back. For all of you that have pressed that beautiful subscribe button, thank you very much and welcome to the community. It's so amazing that we're up on 50 subscribers already, and we're going to keep growing and keep adding to the community. And if it's your first time here, my name is Fearghal and welcome to our new community of creators that would like to use Davinci Resolve, would like to learn about some photography stuff, and would like to see what we can do and ask questions and learn together. So very welcome to everybody, and this video is going to be different than every one that I've done so far. I'm going to show you my process and what I've seen on one of my previous videos, which I'll link up here. And you've just gotten a drone, and the drone that I've gotten was the Mavic Mini, which I really enjoyed, and unfortunately I haven't been able to get out too much lately with the really bad weather that we've had here in Denmark. But I plan to get out very soon and get some training done and report back how things are going. But that video is going to be linked up here, and in that you'll find out some really good training tips. In that video I have set in a nice collage of the shots that I got on the sun for a sunrise, but every time I look back on that I just get bored of the intro. I think that it just takes way too long, and I thought I cut it down enough. Them clips started from a recording from the drone of about 7-8 minutes, and I cut it down, and that segment takes 1 minute and 15 seconds. But now I've done some more editing and put some more work into it and looked at it a bit more in depth, and I've cut it down to be a 40-second collage of clips. It's a lot more engaging and a lot more interesting. So let's hop into Davinci and I'll show you what I did to reduce that down. So this is the first thing I will show you. This is footage that I got from the drone starting from the very start, and it's, to say the least, not the most interesting thing in the world. What I did to get the first round of footage was to go through it and see, okay, I like this bit at the start where I come through, and I just took a few seconds of that. Then I changed scene and I was going this direction, and I liked the view of that. Then I liked some more parts from over here. So I just went through the entire thing and broke it up into what bits were nice and what bits weren't nice. So what I did then was to pull that into this group here. So we're going to work from right to left. So the first thing I did was to create this white background for it to go behind it, and then after that I just reduced down the size of my clips. So if I look here in the inspector, I reduced it down to 0.88. That was for all the clips, and then that was the way that it was going to give it this nice picturesque kind of view. After I did that, what I did was I put the clips together in a nice format, but what I thought was a nice thing to do was to not restrict myself, that it was only one shot of one direction that I was allowed to have. So what I did was that I cut up the different parts, and then if two parts were too similar to each other, I just put them in completely separate parts. So you can see here I have this clip, which is the exact same or very close to this clip, but it's just more zoomed in. So then I've just moved them so that they're not beside each other in the format. And then I have some nice parts that go together, that talk to each other and flow together. So if we come over here, we can see that for a start it's a lot longer, and the way that I got all these clips to do it, if you click Ctrl+R on them, I've retimed a lot of them. So you can see this one is 109 seconds speed, and then this is 200, and that's so that it fits in right into the beats and everything. Here we have that at the start it's really fast, so we get out to where we want the footage to be, and then it slows down to 150%, and then we come to a break. And you can see already that this is one of my main shots, and one of the ones that I talk about the nicest. That clip in total goes from 1 second and 10 to 4 seconds. That's 3 seconds long, and that was one of the ones that I was thinking would take up the most time. So after that, you can see that this goes from 4 seconds to 6 seconds. So they're not, I'm trying to keep everything at max being 2 seconds long. And when I had done that, that was when I decided to start putting it together to the music. So first thing was to speed everything up a little bit and try and get it to be around them 2 seconds in time, and then start breaking it down. You can see here with some of the clips that involved breaking it up into multiple sections. So here you can see that starts off slow, then it builds up in speed, and then it slows down again at the end when it reveals something. And that was more because I found the parts, the clips that I liked, and that built up to something. And then the speed needed to be there to get through the boring parts of the clips. And then when I had them boring parts taken away, that's when I decided that it was time to slow down again and move on to the next clip. So that's the way I've done it. So now I'll play this through for you, and you can see the entire progress of it. And after that, then we'll talk about what I did here at the end to try and make it end in the way that it does. So I'll play it through now for you, and you can see how that goes. Now you can see from that playthrough that you can see it flows together a lot nicer, and that you don't get bored halfway through it, and it's a lot more engaging. And that's taking away that 30 seconds does for the clip. Next thing is talking about music. The way that you can see that I've really stretched out this waveform. And the reason I've done that is that you can then see in a lot more detail where your beats are hitting. So you can see here that the first one, you can see that change lands on a beat. Then you can see that this one again lands on another beat. Again over here on this main uplift again, another change comes. And that is the main thing, is that when I had all my clips here, I looked around to see, okay, where should a change happen, or where could it be nice for a change to happen, or even how close to where my clips are naturally ending does a change happen. And that's when I started to do that. And the way that I've done it is that you can see here, if I click on this clip, if I click on the top and I drag it, you can see this clip gets shorter and shorter and shorter. And the reason that is because if I zoom in here, what's happening is that this is getting faster and faster and faster at the top. And because of that getting faster, the clip gets shorter and you get more space. So if I needed to make this a little bit shorter, I could technically do this, but I don't think that it looks so good that it rushes so much at the start. So that's why I've dragged it out so that it finishes all the way over here, and that's where I get my my cut. You can also move this, but that's actually moving the clip itself. So you can see that it's moving the point at where that timestamp is, or speed point is. So I don't like doing that as much. I think that it's nicer to have picked your point where you want the change to happen, and then change the speed around it if that's what you like. To make everything so that it doesn't look too jarring when these speed changes happens, that's where you go in here and you look at your retime curves. And in your retime curves, you need to change it from retime frame to retime speed. And when you come in here, you can see that there's this nice arc. So if you click on that, you get the point that you have. And what I've done here is, instead of having this straight line, what I've done is that I've decided to make it nice and curved. And that's where you can spread it out to be as smooth as possible and make it look as nice as possible. And that's what I've done here. And I've done that with every single speed point that I have. And with that, it makes things look a lot nicer. And it doesn't make it as obvious that you're changing the speed. It just looks like you've slowed down your drone rather than, whoa, it goes fast. And I'm not looking for them. The last thing that I had to do was that obviously every song that you pick isn't going to be the perfect length for your footage. So what I've done here is I've tried to match up where the end of this song is, and try and come back a nice bit from the end, and use that to try and match up with some of the music beforehand. So you can see if I play here, that it blends together at the same level, and there's no quick, that here is a high beat level and then it moves to nothing happening again. And then I put this curve in at the end. So all you need to do for that is to drag this all the way back out so that it starts to slowly bring it down. And then I've moved my point here, rather than being linear, to make it a bit curved. And then when that curve does, it'll slowly bring it down, and then towards the end it'll bring it down. If you have any tips that you would suggest to use on this, please comment down below and let me know. Please hit that subscribe button, and let's grow this community even further. Also smack that like button, because the more smacks we get, the quicker and the easier we grow. And I can tell you that it puts a big smile on my face to see you liking the content that I'm putting up. And we'll see you in the next one.